Hello everyone and welcome back to Danganronpa V3, where we're apparently just one step away from the truth.
Just one.
Which
one little step.
Usually means that we've got about 6 more
20
things to do.
Now, we just need to figure out who the culprit is.
That's what we've been doing the whole time.
But of course, it would be pointless to unravel this mystery otherwise. So, who is it?
Looks like it's time for me to start the main event. But my sidekick here is on a roll right now, so I'll let him take this one.
Jerk.
Okay.
You're just pushing everything onto Shuichi because you don't know yourself.
Yep.
Well, Shuichi, do you already know who the culprit is?
Yes, I have a good idea of who the culprit is.
Hey, Shuichi, are you hesitating again?
What?
Come on, man, there's no need for that. Like I said, you're my sidekick. I take responsibility for any mistakes my sidekick makes. So use those skills of yours I believe in to shove the truth down their throats.
You got it.
You believe in my detective skills?
Nah.
That's right. I'm gonna leave it all to you, Shuichi.
Yeah, I need to believe in my detective work. This whole setup would have had to have been prepared in the gym well beforehand. Knowing that narrows the list of suspects. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
It has to be you.
I really thought we were going to get into the
One more
motive.
thing I still have to confirm, but Kirumi is the prime suspect.
Me?
What? Kirumi?
Oh, so Kirumi is the culprit.
That is not yet a certainty. Let us hear her testimony first.
Is this true, Kirumi?
I cannot believe you would suspect me. If that is the case, then I will have to deny it. I will not let you make the wrong choice.
The wrong choice?
For
if
who?
you do believe it is me, are you prepared to stand by that decision? I will refute your accusations with all my might, for everyone's sake.
Oh. I thought we were doing the rhythm game.
I think it's going to be the scrap of... No? Alibis, maybe?
I, of course, am not the culprit.
The crime was committed at nighttime.
Kokichi was in the... But he was with Kirumi from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. Okay.
And you have no alibi, do you?
An alibi for nighttime? I believe most of us do not have one.
I have evidence that proves you're the culprit.
Do you think we would fall for such nonsense?
The trick relied on complex mechanisms to work. But someone like you could be skilled enough to pull it off.
Preposterous. That could have been done by anyone.
Kirumi is thin and has a nice body.
So am I.
He and Ryoma could have totally shared an inner tube.
We all could have, except perhaps Gonta.
There's a whole other story somewhere.
I, of course, am not the culprit.
The crime was committed at nighttime. And you have no alibi, do you?
An alibi for nighttime? I believe most
of us do not have that.
What? But the others do not have... But
Damn it!
I don't understand. Like, she
I,
doesn't
of
have an
course, am not
alibi.
the culprit.
right.
Eat the insect meet and
The
greet?
crime was committed...
No, because that was before nighttime.
What's our other options? Maki alone.
Well, maybe it could be the insect meet and greet. And the other one I think was the Monokuma file number 2, which I don't think tells us anything. Yeah, you might be right. It might be the insect meet and greet.
Alibi, do you?
An alibi for nighttime? I believe most
Of us do not have that.
Nope.
Damn it!
I, of course, am not the culprit.
The crime was committed at nighttime. And you have no alibi.
What's the other word we can refute?
An alibi for nothing? Most of us do not have one.
I have evidence that proves you're the culprit.
It's definitely not
Who would
that.
fall for such nonsense?
The trick relied on complex mechanisms to work. But someone like you could be skilled enough to pull it off.
Preposterous. That could have been.
Done by anyone.
Kirumi is thin and has a nice body.
Oh, wait. Oh, I missed.
She and Ryoma could have totally shared an inner tube.
We all could have, except perhaps Gonta.
All right, so I missed.
The crime was committed at nighttime. You do have no alibi, do you?
An alibi?
For nighttime?
I do not have one.
I have evidence.
Do you think it would fall for
That's nonsense. The trick
Relied on
complex mechanisms to work. But someone
like you could be skilled enough to pull it off.
preposterous.
That could have been done by anyone.
There we
There we
go.
go.
That's wrong!
I'm really having a hard time figuring out why it's not the first one.
No. The only person who could have prepared this murder is Kirumi.
Because we were all too busy with...
preparations in the gym in any case.
And why do you believe that?
Before the culprit could put the body into the tank, several steps needed to be taken.
Like tying the rope to the gym window and putting a partition in the piranha tank.
That's right. Ryoma's body entered the gym from the window, but that required preparation. That could only have been done when Kirumi was by herself in the gym before nighttime.
But Kirumi was alone in the gym for only like 5 minutes.
Not enough time for the whole murder, but enough time to set it up. Enough time to tie the rope on the window frame and put the pain in the piranha tank.
This is my selfless devotion.
I have a feeling Scrap
While
of Claws is
I
going to
do
be later.
understand where you are coming from, I assure you this is just a part of your petty imagination. An empty theory created from nihilism.
She's like falling apart. What do we have?
Black piece of
If
fabric.
it were solely the rope and partition, I suppose 5 minutes might be enough time. I accept that. However, the crux of your argument is not but a guess. You continue to force the facts to conform to your misguided narrative. When you consider that the crux of your argument is faulty, your entire case falls apart.
What do you mean by crux of the argument? How is it just a guess?
I am referring to the rope. Now, with that rope, it is possible to reach the gym window from the 3rd floor window, but there is no evidence to indicate this had happened.
Oh, the handcuff marks.
Oh no!
My God.
I am referring to the rope.
Oh my God.
Now, with that rope, it is possible to reach the gym window from the 3rd floor window, but there is no evidence to indicate this had happened.
I'll cut through your words!
Will you now?
Yeah, the scrap of cloth I think is going to be the rhythm.
I have evidence. The abrasions left on the window frames at the gym and the lab.
Were those scratches from when the rope was tied to the window frame?
Just tying the rope to the frame wouldn't cause so much damage. The rope that was tied to the frames must have been weighed down significantly. The frames didn't break, but they were left with distinct marks.
Those scratches are proof that you used a rope to carry the body to the windowsill.
Oh? What's wrong, Kirumi? What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? Hey, what's wrong? Hey, 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 hey!
Is Kirumi quiet cause that's what happened?
Please answer us, Kirumi. Shuichi is doing this for your sake.
If it is for my sake, then it would be much easier to forfeit. But I cannot allow that, because I must do this for everyone.
For everyone?
I have a duty and a responsibility. I must serve everyone and protect them. So I refuse to surrender. They won't forgive me if I do.
Something to do with her video.
Yeah, her motive video.
What? Where is this coming
I
from?
wonder if her motive video was something about all of them getting killed.
Maybe. Or I wonder if it's like a family that she was taking care of, like as part of the...
But she said it for everyone's sake, like here.
Her response seems genuine. So what did she mean by everyone? Is she doing this for all our sakes? Am I wrong? Is Kirumi innocent? No, I'm wrong again.
Hey, Kirumi, who exactly is this everyone you're talking about?
Yeah, I think she's responsible for people. Kaito?
I've just got a weird feeling about this. When you said everyone, it felt like you weren't talking about us.
That's what I thought.
It felt like you were talking about someone who isn't here.
Someone who isn't here?
Someone outside of the academy?
Hey, do you think Kirumi saw her own motive video?
Yep.
Huh? The motive video?
You saw your important someone in danger, so you committed murder, right?
Is that true?
I am so sorry for making such a mess. Because of that, I made all of you assume something unnecessary.
Unnecessary?
You saying I'm wrong? This everyone you're talking about?
It is all of you, of course.
Really? Do you swear to a tour?
Yes, really. So please believe me, I am not the culprit. I do not care what becomes of me, but I will not allow any of you to die. Because I made a promise to Kaede. She wished for all of us to escape together.
I'm not buying it.
I want to fulfill my duties as the ultimate maid. I wish to serve everyone. So please believe me. You have to.
Kirumi.
Are we totally sure Kirumi's the culprit? Maybe it's someone else. Are we sure Kokichi isn't the culprit?
Yes.
How rude.
Gonta just can't believe Kirumi would kill Ryoma.
What was
Did
in...
Ryoma kill Ryoma?
Breakfasts were the best.
And ask her
She
to
always treated us so well.
do something with the
Really
body?
is like a mom.
Because she's always a fixer?
Perhaps it was after she gained our trust that she saw her chance to strike.
You really are screwed up.
Screwed up from head to toe. Even through your clothes, I can tell.
No, I think it has to do with her motive video.
Shuichi, please reconsider suspecting me as the culprit. You only suspect me because I was at the gym during nighttime yesterday, correct? But you cannot accuse me of being the culprit with that insufficient
It's gonna be
proof.
the piece of clothes.
Yeah.
It is still possible for Maki and Kaito to have gone to the gym. They do not have alibis. They could have pretended to help Himiko, but secretly prepared the murder.
When you put it that way, it does seem possible.
No, that's wrong.
We can't accuse Kirumi just based on our alibis.
Guys, maybe suspecting Kirumi is wrong.
I don't think so, but something else is going on.
Yeah.
Maybe we should think it over one more time.
I made a promise. As the ultimate detective, I made a promise to seek the truth. I made a promise to Kaede, so I'm not turning back now.
They're scared. They're scared that they have to accuse one of their friends of murder. So it's up to me. I have to do it. I'll use my detective work to prove it.
So you still believe I am the culprit?
Yeah.
But there is no evidence to indicate that I am.
No, there is. I have proof that you're the culprit. I realized it when we determined that the ropeway was used to move the body.
Such
If
a
it
big
wasn't
clue.
Kirumi who moved the body with a makeshift ropeway, then the final clue falls into place.
The final clue?
The damning evidence that proves Kirumi is the culprit.
Shuichi, won't you please tell me why you are so desperate to pin me as the culprit? Don't you want to protect everyone?
I'm doing this because I want to protect everyone. Shuichi.
Then you're wrong. Your deduction is all wrong.
Your words aren't going to convince me now. Not when I know the truth.
What truth? All you care about is your own reasoning. You don't even listen to others. I can't bet everyone's lives on a deduction made by a self-righteous brat.
Wow.
You can't save anyone.
No more doubts. I'm confident I'm right. I'm going to present everyone the evidence that proves she's guilty.
It's a rhythm game, but the piece of right there.
This is it!
Oh, now I don't know what they're saving for the end.
I have no
The
idea.
piece of black fabric in the pool. That's the final clue that proves you're guilty. It's been bothering me for a while. I couldn't figure out what it was. I thought it was just trash at first, but I couldn't dismiss it entirely.
Because it's the most important
Now that
clue.
the class trial has come this far, I know for certain. It's an important piece of the puzzle, because like the inner tube, it's evidence the culprit couldn't dispose of.
Huh? Why not?
She couldn't go into the pool. Good
Using
God.
the ropeway, you could slide the inner tube from the lab to the gym, but how would you control it? If it kept sliding and hit the window, the momentum would have thrown the body off. To prevent that from happening, the culprit needed some way to adjust the speed. For example, the culprit could have used their hands for friction.
Ooh, they gotta burn.
Yeah, so what? You're still wrong. Your logic is flawed.
Came from her glove.
Yep.
Why are you becoming increasingly erratic?
There is such absolute beauty in trying to fight against the truth.
What truth? That black cloth is just trash. You can't prove I'm the culprit with just that.
No, it's not just trash. It's proof that you're the culprit.
Finding out how that black fabric fits into this is the key to everything. I'll make it all clear now.
There you go.
Oh.
I like
You
her
are
little
incorrect.
avatar.
What is this truth?
I don't
Just your
what?
empty deduction. You continue to confuse everyone. You are incorrect. What is this truth?
I don't understand these holds.
And let go?
That is just your empty deduction. You continue to confuse everyone. You are incorrect.
Hit it again,
What
maybe?
is this truth? That is just your empty deduction. You continue to confuse everyone. You are incorrect. What is this truth?
I don't. Wait, it started to fill up when I just kept like mashing the button.
You continue to confuse everyone.
I don't know why they wouldn't bother,
You are incorrect.
explaining that.
What is this truth? That is just your
It
empty
worked.
deduction.
I'm just gonna button mash.
In this class trial, everyone's life is at stake. Because of your self-righteous truth, everyone might die. In this class trial, everyone's life is at stake. Because of your self-righteous truth, everyone might die. In this class trial,
I
everyone's life is at stake.
kind of get it.
Because of
You
your
hold it after it
self-righteous
hits
truth,
the end.
Oh.
I completely understand your reasoning. But I will never accept it. It seems you wish to
And then you
put
let
me as
go at the
culprit.
end.
You do not have any evidence. You are only providing us with speculation. I only wish to protect everyone. Why must you interfere? I completely understand your reasoning. But I will never accept it. It seems you wish to pin me as the culprit. You do not have any evidence. You are only providing us with speculation. I only wish to protect everyone. Why must you interfere? I completely understand your reasoning. But I will never accept it. Ah!
Final blow.
What does that piece of trash prove?
Kiyomi's close.
It ends here!
Whoa.
The piece of fabric came from Kirumi's black glove.
Kirumi's glove?
If the culprit were slowing their descent by grabbing the rope with their hands, there would have been a lot of friction, easily enough to cause rope burn. But our culprit was smart. They weren't burned because they weren't barehanded.
Yeah, the culprit had gloves on. One got all torn up from the friction and
it fell into pool?
From what I remember, the only one who wears black gloves is Kirumi, right?
The gloves on your hands now. I take it they're from your dorm?
The extra uniforms in our rooms are made of the same material we're wearing now. We can test my theory by comparing the fabric scrap with your glove.
Well, Kirumi, will you allow us to compare the black fabric we found in the pool with your gloves?
Huh? What's the matter? Why are you sweating so much?
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
What's
Yeah,
wrong?
you did. There was nobody else. There really wasn't.
In the end, I'm just like them. I'm scared of revealing the truth because it means that someone has to be sacrificed, but Kaede was scared too. She didn't let that stop her. She thought things through to the end. I faced the truth and doubted it and kept thinking and kept going. This is where it led me. I won't turn away from it.
I will show you the truth.
So it's book time.
Alright.
This is kind of one of the first times I can think of where you like accuse someone and you kind of...
Yeah, we actually, like, she
Had
was
to
like
go
the
back.
second one accused. So, alright. What does that say? I think you can hover over it and it'll tell you what it says. The evidence made of metal, the piranhas didn't eat the glove. Do we have the handcuffs?
Nope.
Okay. So go to the next one.
Oh, wait. Two. Friction. No.
Okay, what was used? Do we have the screen?
Don't think so.
Okay. Next one.
Thin, long item the culprit took from the gym.
Rope.
Carried the
Yep,
rope?
carried
okay.
it. Okay.
Where in the gym was the rope tied?
Window.
Oh.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Before the murder...
Handcuffs. There's one that has the handcuffs on it. I saw it. There we go. Handcuff victim. Okay. What was taken from the pool? The inner tube.
Okay. What was used to transport the body on the ropeway?
I don't think we have it yet. I think the brakes was. This is the glove one you just saw.
Friction on the glove.
Yep. Okay.
Where was the body carried
The
to?
piranha tank.
That was weird. Piranha swarming in the tank. Piranha tank. Oh, wait.
We
Okay.
need that at the beginning. Piranha tank lid. Okay. Alright, what was that one? Evidence made of metal. The piranhas didn't eat the handcuffs. Alright, and what was that one? Hanged inner tube. Okay, keep going. That one, I think, is the one. Yep. Okay. And then that one.
Piranha.
Swimming in the tank. It's the only one.
Yeah. It's just weird.
This is the truth of the case. The victim's body was found this morning during Himiko's underwater escape act. When we saw the piranhas in the tank, we thought that Himiko's escape failed. Of course, it was all part of the act. Himiko's escape went perfectly. But when Angie opened the curtain in front of the tank, we saw Ryoma with piranhas swarming around him. Before any of us could react, the piranhas devoured Ryoma's body. And all that was left were his bones and the handcuffs he was wearing. That horrifying sight was the finishing touch on the culprit's own twisted magic trick. The culprit obfuscated the time and place of the murder, implicating Himiko in the process. In truth, the crime began last night around 8:55 p.m. While preparing for the show in the gym, the culprit had a chance to be alone. It was then that the culprit used the ladder to reach the piranha tank and removed the glass lid to put inside the tank. They used it as a partition to force the piranhas to one side of the tank.
Seems very dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Next, the culprit took the rope from the stage wing in the gym and used the ladder once more, this time to climb up to the gym's window.
I like the scooting across the window.
Mm-hmm.
Once
I like her glove. It
he
has
opened the window
Kurumi's glove.
and
Do you see
tied
that?
one end of the rope
yeah.
to the window frame. The rope was then thrown out the window toward the pool. These preparations were key for the culprit's elaborate plan. At nighttime, past midnight, the culprit asked Ryoma to meet at his lab. All the pieces were in place. The culprit was ready to murder. First, the culprit knocked Ryoma out, probably striking him from behind.
What?
Because here's the thing. I'm like,
he got cracked in his skull. Did you see that?
Mm-hmm. Originally, I thought that was after the piranhas, but no, it was already there.
Then, they put the handcuffs from the shower room on Ryoma's wrists.
I don't think this is exactly right, because there's no blood anywhere.
And shoved his head into the sink filled with water. From the water and the pain of drowning, Ryoma should have woken up and struggled.
Did she hit him in the shower, maybe?
Maybe, but why would they have been there in the first place?
Mm.
The culprit anticipated his resistance, which is why Ryoma was handcuffed. The struggle left scrapes on the cuffs and sink, but in the end, Ryoma succumbed. Ryoma was dead, but the culprit's plan had only just begun. They removed the cable from the tennis net and hung it from the window facing the pool.
Yep,
and then, at the pool, they connected the wire and the rope from the gym window. They returned to the lab after picking up one last thing.
I love the hand tightening.
The rubber inner tube that was in the pool's tool shed. Once back in the lab, the culprit pulled the cable, bringing up the rope. They pulled until the rope was taut, then tied it to the lab's window frame. And thus, the gym and the lab windows were connected by a single rope. After making a hanger of sorts with another length of rope tied to the inner tube, they hung the inner tube on the rope connecting the windows. That's how the culprit created the ropeway that was used to move the body. An impressive premeditated murder. But the culprit made two crucial mistakes. The culprit got on the inner tube with Ryoma's body and slid toward the gym. With the height difference between the windows, they would have built up quite some speed. To avoid crashing through the window, the culprit used a brake. They used their own hand to grip the rope and slow down. That would have caused significant rope burn had the culprit not been wearing gloves. But due to the friction, part of a glove tore off and dropped in the pool. Regardless, the culprit reached the window and put Ryoma's body into the piranha tank. The glass pane not only kept the piranhas and the body separated, it also kept the piranhas so close together, they concealed the body.
No, I guess because the water level's so low, there's no way that she would have been able to get that scrap of cloth back either.
After that, all the culprit had to do was untie the rope and the inner tube. But that's when they made their second mistake. One end of the rope came loose, and the inner tube dropped into the pool. Thus, the culprit was forced to leave two key pieces of evidence, the fabric and the inner tube. They couldn't retrieve the evidence because of the rule against swimming at nighttime.
You're the only one.
And that's the whole story. Am I wrong, Kirumi Tojo? The ultimate maid?
Wouldn't have gotten away with it if it wasn't for you lousy kids.
Pretty much.
Kirumi, that's the conclusion I reached. Do you have any objections?
This is very, very unfortunate, Shuichi. My pride as a maid demands that I fulfill every request that I receive. But to end like this...
Does that mean you admit it?
Kirumi.
Why use your own gloves, though? The warehouse should have had plenty.
There weren't any. Obviously, she would have used them if they were available. Jeez, Monokuma provided everything but the gloves. That's pretty sadistic. But thanks to him, at least the game became way more interesting.
So, it's decided.
This case was decided the moment someone, who shall not be named, opens their big mouth.
But we don't know that. Maybe the real culprit is someone nobody expects.
That is right. No need to worry.
Oh, Monodum, you're like a mommy taking care of her sick child.
All right, let's go! The heart-racing excitement as the blackened and the spotless finally face off! It's voting time!
Oh, they have a little death portrait for...
Monokid, yeah. Clearly it's Rantaro.
No, yeah, absolutely. From the grave.
Now then, it seems the voting has finished. Let's see the result.
I wonder what happens if you vote for someone else.
Vote for yourself.
Someone voted for Shuichi?
Yeah.
I would probably be Kurumi.
I would assume.
Who'll be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
Verdict.
I do like the roulette wheel.
Mana coins.
Lots of mana coins. Can I keep them? Still got an A. All right.
Sweet.
Pretty sure the lie was where we didn't do. Oh, the rhythm game. It was actually where we did the worst.
Oh my!
You all voted correctly. What an unexpected... Wait. But one person voted for Shuichi. What an unexpected and unpredictable outcome.
Well, I'm assuming the culprit's not going to vote for themselves.
Right. I mean, they did the first one. All right. Well, we'll just have to see how this all shakes out in the next episode. I'm kind of curious to see why, because it has to have something to do with her
video,
with the motive video. So I'm hoping that they kind of talk a little bit more about that. So that'll do it for us. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next time.